consider a vastly successful piece of horror. At its core, the movie tells the tale of a person turning. A turning not caused by a demon, not caused by an evil entity, not some otherworldly virus, not even another person. Instead, the movie puts our protagonist in the difficult situation of witnessing the turning of their loved one caused by age and disease. A turning that one can only watch unfold but do little about to stop, both in others and eventually in ourselves. The movie introduces us to Kay and her daughter Sam. They have traveled to Kay's family home to try and find her mother, Edna, who had become unreachable by phone. Kay is emotionally fragile from the beginning of the film. She visibly struggles to come face to face with the relationship with her family and her past. In fact, she suffers from nightmares about the death of her father. He was secluded and mentally unwell when he died in the cabin outside her home. When our protagonist Kay and her daughter Sam find Edna seemingly unaware of her disappearance as she makes tea in the kitchen, we start to suspect there's more going on than meets the eye. Edna's behavior seems unfamiliar to Kay. She seems disconnected from reality and talks of a visitor that came into her home through her closet. Kay finds herself struggling to know what the right way to approach her mother's mental state is. She begins to suspect that a retirement home is a way to properly address her mother's age. But is this the same as abandoning her? The way she feels her father was abandoned when disease and death came for him? As Edna begins to act more and more unreasonably, in a moment of clarity, Kay offers her home to her mother, suggesting she comes live with her so she can take care of her. This signals a shift in Kay's compassion and willingness to overcome fears and worries to care for her loved ones in a way she felt she wasn't able or willing to before. Things quickly escalate though, as Sam discovers a web of mystery surrounding the inside of Edna's closet. Is there an intruder hiding there? Is there an evil festering in the house? What we finally see is an endless maze full of decaying walls that change as you move about. As Sam begins to panic in the chaos of the closet, Edna also begins to change as she becomes monstrous and grotesque in her actions and appearance.
I don't know you.
The house and Edna's mental state are directly related. They represent one another, the way something can deteriorate from the inside out until it is unrecognizable. After Kay and Sam escape the madness that is the inner hallways of Edna's house, of Edna's mind, Edna, now a seemingly defeated monster, is almost left to die on the ground of her living room. Just before, however, Kay sees one of the many notes that her mom had placed around her home, reminders of things she doesn't wish to forget. The film is all about the burden we face when we care for others. In this family of multi-generational women, we see how important it is for them to show compassion and empathy for one another. Sam and Kay are subjects to the very difficult situations a loved one with dementia can put them in. They are constantly having to learn how to cope with the new reality of not recognizing Edna and her behavior. Edna's closet is an allegory for her mental health and dementia. Being the victim to dementia is being lost in your own home. It's being unable to find rhyme or reason. It's turning around and seeing things change in front of you in ways you can't make sense of. When Kay and Sam finally see the horrors that age and accompanied disease can do to a loved one, they find themselves unable to cope. In order to be a support system to her mother, Kay must find empathy and love in the horrors of what's transpiring, because it is ultimately her mom who is suffering the most. In the beautiful and powerful ending, we see Kay choose to be there for her mom in her ugliest moments. Kay pulls back what she recognizes about her mother to reveal the new state she is in, one of raw illness and near death. But still her mother nonetheless. Unlike her father, Kay's mom will not be left in isolation to her death. Instead, she will be held in bed with love and compassion. In its final moments, the film brings full circle what it means to be human, to be alive, only to inch towards death the way we all do. Finding empathy and compassion for loved ones is often filled with horrors and hurt of their own. The deterioration of cognitive and physical health has the potential to make a monster out of anyone. As Sam sees her mother start to show the bodily manifestation of such a deterioration, the audience is reminded that it's everyone's turn eventually. If we live long enough, we all become a relic of the person we once were. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It helps me a lot. Also, hit the subscribe button if you want to keep receiving more of these videos. And lastly, be sure to leave a comment. I really want to know what you guys think of the movie. And as always, keep things gay and scary. Till next time.